Namaskaram, everybody. We'll start in a second. Asmadgurubhyo Namaha, Asmadparamagurubhyo Namaha, Asmadsarvagurubhyo Namaha, Shri Kṛṣṇa Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Lakshmi Simha Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Kṛṣṇa Parabrahmane. We will continue with Madhvācārya. I believe we can finish Madhvācārya 4th chapter today. I'll try to start quick, go over the verses quickly. There are no major difference of opinions or argument here. So let's finish that. Okay, can you hear me? Everything okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yes.
Hello? Okay, very good. Thank you. Now we will, let me show the thank Prashant ji for creating all my PowerPoints. He does a lot of work. So thanks. So now we'll start with this. Now the next shloka is Sri Bhagavan Vacha Brahma Brahma Karma Samadhina. This is verse number 24. Simple meaning, the Brahma is Arpana. Arpana is what you offer. This is like, they're giving an analogy of Yajña or fire sacrifice. So, Brahma Arpanam, Brahma Havihi, what is offered is also Brahman. Brahma, now, Agni itself is Brahman. Brahmana Hutam, the person who offers is Brahman. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, it has to reach Brahman. Brahma Karma Samadhina is subservient to Brahman. Here, the way Madhvācārya takes is, this is not like everything is Brahman. Everything is subservient to Brahman. That's how he takes it. So, it is not Swarupa. Swarupa means what? It is not direct, everything is Brahman kind of a Advaitic meaning. That is not what it is. Let me explain. Jnānavasthita cetastvam spashtayati sarvametad brahma ityuchyate tad adhyadina satta pratititvat natu tat swarupatvat. So, what kind of jnana does this person get? Or what is the state of this person who has become a Jñāni? It means everything is Brahma, powered by Brahma. Everything is subservient to Brahma. Brahma is only independent. Krishna is independent. That is the idea. Tad adhina satta prati. Everything is dependent on that Krishna. Satta means everything exists because of Krishna. Not because everything is Krishna only. Not like that. Not Aikya, but Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Gata Sangasya Muktasya Jnana Avasthita Chetasaha Yajñāya Acharatah Karma Samagra Viliyate. The thing is, the person who is devoid or bereft of all the attachments, Sangha, it's all gone. Jnana Avasthita Chetasaha. One who is, this is the previous verse, 23, verse 23. Jnana Avasthita Chetasaha. One who has attained Yajñāya Acharatah Karma Samagram Praviryate. So whatever he does through, because of, in the form of Yajña, all his karmas will all go away. This is the Here the jnana chetasa, what type of jnana the person gets is what is explained in the next verse, that is 14th, 24th, which we cover. So the jnana is here Parameshwara jnana. Parameshwara jnana means this is the pre हि त्वदधीनं यतः सर्वम् अतः सर्वो भवानिति everything depends, everything depends on you. That is why you are everything depends on you. Just one second. Let me check my internet a little bit. Sometimes that happens. I can just wonder. I'm connected to the wrong Wi-Fi. Sorry. Okay, I'm connected now. Can you hear me better? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
It was breaking up.
Now is it okay, right?
Seems to be.
Seems to be. Okay. I see I was on the wrong Wi-Fi. I think I'm okay now.
Sounds
I think
good.
I can. Just let me also change my sound.
It is clear now.
Here. Just yeah. Let me just. Okay. Yeah. Now, katham abhimanatyaga brahmarpanam ityadi brahmanyarpanam brahmarpanam. That is, it's offered in Brahman. Abhimanatyaga means giving up attachments and me and mine kind of an attitude. Right? Brahmanaha havihi. That is, havihi is also Brahmanaha havihi means Brahman's havi. Brahmanaha Agnav. So the thing is, Brahman is Agni, Brahman is Havi. That's what we need to understand. But Havi and Agni are dependent on Brahman. That's what it means. Havi is offering. I will just play from the current side. Brahmana karma samadhina saha. So dependent karma including samadhi depends on Brahman. See here, we got to understand Madhvācārya takes the Sanskrit in a slightly different way to support his view of everything is different, dependent on Krishna or Brahman. So the Sanskrit is a little bit modified. That we need to agree. He doesn't say that take the direct Sanskrit because he says that that is the right thing to do. As simple as that. Samadhirapi tadadhina ityartaha eka svatantro bhagavan tadiyam tu tadiyam tu anyaduchyate iti bharate. So he quotes a lot of support for his views. There is only one independent Bhagavan. Everything else is his, Bhagavan's. So that's how he takes it. Next verse, the 25th. Here he says, different types of yajñas are there. Yajña is not only one which there should be a fire, there should be some ghee offering, somebody should chant some mantras. That's not the only yajña. That is also a form of yajña. That is a famous form of yajña. But there are other forms of yajñas. What are they? Daivameva apare yajñam yoginah paryupasate. Here say, Daiva, some people do upasana on Devata. Devata is Krishna here. So they meditate on Brahman. This yajna is a form of meditation. Brahmagno apare yajnam yajnenaiva upajuhvati. The thing is, they completely focus on Brahman. Yajnam yajnenaiva upajuhvati. Here, Madhvācārya takes it slightly differently. Yajna is Viṣṇu. Yajnenaiva, through his own ananda, because he is enjoying his own ananda. So they meditate on this ananda rupa of Paramatma. So he takes it slightly differently. He explains it later. Shrotraadini indriyanyanye samyamagnishu juhvati. The ears and all, the senses like ears and all the indriyas or senses, he controls. Samyama is controlling. So the fire itself is of the form of control, and he offers these indriyas into this fire. Shabdadin, Vishyanyanyi, Indriya Vishujupati, all the external objects like sound and everything, he offers that into the indriyas. That means the indriyas don't communicate with them anymore. Yajna bhedanaha. So Daivam means Bhagavantam. This is the Madhva. Daivam means Bhagavatam, that is Narayanam. Sayeva tesham yajnaha. So the thing is, Krishna himself is yajna, Viṣṇu is yajna, and that upasana is meditation. Yajnam iti kriya visheshanam. So any action is the adjective for any action is yajna, the form of yajna. Nanyat tesham asti yatinam kinchit, keshanchit. The yatis or the monks are not supposed to do fire sacrifices. They are not allowed to do that. They have given up the rights to do any fire sacrifice. But what is their yajna? Their yajna is mental, meditation form of sacrifice. And there is a verse in the 31st sloka, it says, Nayam lokosti ayajnasya kutonya kursattama. Everyone should be doing yajna. Some form, whether they are born in a particular community or not. Charity is also a yajna. Meditation is also yajna. Right? Everyone should do yajna only, but yatis do not do fire sacrifice, but they do yajna of the form of upasana or meditation. That's the difference there. Yajna, word yajna also can refer to Viṣṇu or Bhagavan. Yajño vai Viṣṇuhu. There is a shloka in some kind of a shastra, right? Yajñena yajñam ayajanta devaha. This is the Upurusha Sutta. Yajñena yajñam ayajanta. Through a sacrifice, Viṣṇu, yajna is Viṣṇu. Viṣṇu was propitiated or worshipped by the devas. Yajñena yajñam ayajanta devaha. Devaha, right? Yajño Viṣṇur devata. Even in the Shruti it says yajna is Viṣṇu himself. Yajnena prasiddhena iva yajnam prati yajnena juhvati sarvatra samam tam yajnam ityado. So this is explained in just, he gives Sanskrit justification. Prasiddhena yajnana means the famous form of yajna is the fire sacrifice. Yajnam prati means towards Viṣṇu. Here the yajna word is Viṣṇu. Yajnanam is offering, sacrifice. Tam yajnam barhishi prokshanna means tam yajnam is Viṣṇu there. Uktam cha Viṣṇu. So why is this true? There is another verse which says Viṣṇum rudrena pashuna brahma jyeshtena sununa ayajan manase yajnam pitaram prapitamahaha. So what this says is, yajna is Viṣṇu. Viṣṇu was worshipped by Brahma, which is Chaturmukha Brahma. Here the word Brahma is given. Brahma is Brahma, Brahmano, Brahmana. This is a different word which refers to the four-faced Brahma, the first creator. So he, Pitaram means His father is Viṣṇu. Pitaram Prapitamaha. Prapitamaha is same as Brahma. Brahma Prapitamaha. He is supposed to be the grandsire. He offered his son Rudra, who as a form of Pashu or an animal in a sacrifice. Ayajñāna, this is not a real sacrifice. It is a mental sacrifice. He offered his son mentally to Viṣṇu, to worship Viṣṇu. This is said in some Shastra, it is not clearly mentioned. Daivam Viṣṇumeva yajña upasate, yajña ityupasate. So Viṣṇu himself is worshipped as yajña. Svabhogyatvat swayameva yajña. He himself is yajña. Why? Because he is enjoying his own ananda, the bliss which is constantly increasing. He enjoys his own bliss. That is why he is known as yajña. Brahma kya agnau kriya yajñam tenaiva yajñakhyena Viṣṇuna samarpayanti. So the thing is, all actions and which is the Agni, the fire itself is Brahma or Viṣṇu, and his actions are offered into Viṣṇu. That's what I said here. Tat pujatvena shrotradi samyamam kurvanti. See, one important thing what Madhvācārya brings here is, even controlling your senses is an offering to Viṣṇu. It's a worship of Viṣṇu. So the thing is, even experiencing only objects of enjoyment which are allowed, not the ones which are not prescribed or which are against the dharma. Such objects of enjoyment, even enjoyment of that is only a worship of Viṣṇu, because he has given us to enjoy, and even that enjoyment is his Leela. Sri Bhagavan Vacha 427. Sarvāni indriya karmāni prāṇa karmāni chāpare Ātma Samyama yogagnau juppati jñāna dīpite. The thing is here, the prāṇa karmas are offered into mind. Ātma Samyama is mind control. Let's see what Madhvācārya said. Ātma Samyama akhya upaya agnau. So thing is, mind control itself is a fire, and that is a upaya. Upaya means that will get knowledge to this person. So Mano Nigraha is control of mind. He is the path to get jnana, knowledge of Brahman. Tadpujatvena indriyadi samyamam kurvanti yajñenaiva iti sarvatrapi anviyate tenaiva tam pujayat deva bhetaihi vaha anya sadhanaihi. Here, Viṣṇu is the yajñabhuk, that is the enjoyer of all yajñas. He enjoys his own ananda or bliss or happiness. He has to be worshipped in that form, ananda rupa, through vihita or other means. Vihita is prescribed means, or not prescribed means also. Anything should be taken as a worship of Viṣṇu. Sayeva Viṣṇur jñāna syan manaso va sa bahyakaha. This is the worship of Viṣṇu, whether it is mental or physical outward. This is said in the Brahma Vaivarta. Again, the verses continue to explain different kinds of yajñas. So, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Kṛṣṇa says, Dravya yajñāha tapo yajñāha yoga yajñāha tatha pare śraddhā Jñāna-yajñascha yataya samshita vrataha. Dravya yajña means offering through materials. Tapo yajña is meditation or focus. Yoga yajñāha, yoga is a different form of yoga. Tatha apare, others. Śraddhā Jñāna-yajñaha, that means study of the Vedas. Yatayaha samshita vrataha. So the thing is, these are the different people with a decided lifestyle of vrata. Vrata means daily duties. These are the daily duties, form of different yajñas. Dravyam juhvati iti dravya yajñaha. Tapaha parameshvara arpana buddhya tatra juhvati. Tapa means everything is understood to be the offering to Viṣṇu. That is tapo yajña. Idam tapo havihi. So the thing is, the offering is also tapas. Yetat brahmagno juhomi tat pujartham iti homaha. That means all offerings into any material sacrifice, fire sacrifice, or mental sacrifice is only a worship. Tadarpana eva cha homo buddhihi. Nothing should be taken as selfish. Sri Bhagavan Vacha 429. Apane jafati pranam prane panam tathapare prāṇāvānagati ruddhva prāṇāyāma parayanaha. The thing is, here it is mentioned, the prāṇāyāma is explained according to Madhvācārya. The thing is, prana is mixed into, apana is mixed into prana, prana is mixed into apana. So the thing is, apana is, so the prana is mixed into apana, means apana is the downward movement of air, right? So the prana is inhaling, that is, inhaling means puraka. Puraka is that which you inhale air into your body, and that will mix into apana. Prane panam. So the thing is, exhaling is, that is the rechaka. Puraka is first, rechaka is the second. That is exhalation. Prāṇāpānagati ruddhva, prāṇāyāma parayanaha. Controlling without exhalation or inhalation, keeping them in the stomach is known as kumbhaka. That is known as prāṇāyāma parayanaha. That means these people are focused and they practice strictly this pranayama. That's also a worship. Apre pranayam pranaha pranam apane juhvati apane cha prane apanam cha prane kumbhakastata eva bhavanti ityartha. So they end up having keeping with no exhalation or inhalation. They go to the state of kumbhaka pranayama, that is, they keep the air without any movement in their tummy. It doesn't go to the tummy actually, it's in the lungs only, but it does not go out. Apare nihataharaha pranan praneshu juhvati. This is a very important method used by the Madhvācārya followers. What they do is they control the food. For example, on Akādaśī day, most Madhvācārya followers do not even drink water. Even little children of 5 years old, they don't drink water. They are trained in that way. One day, 24 hours, they don't eat anything. Apare niyataharaha. What is the advantage of fasting? Pranan praneshu juhvati. So thing is, here the pranas are controlled because there is no food. And because of that, even the indriyas, that is the senses, will not operate. Senses will not go. So your mind will become spiritually bound. It will not operate in the sensory region. The mind will go further and you will get jnana. Sarvepyete yajñavido yajñakshapita kalmashaha. All of this, or they know yajña, and because of yajña, their impurities, their sins, pāpas, their past karmas, they are all removed. It is like cleansing. Yajña shishtamrita bhujo yanti brahma sanatanam nayam yogosya yajñasya kutonyah kuru sattamam. So all these people, only after offering it to Hari, offering to Krishna, they eat everything, they enjoy everything, whatever. They will attain Brahma eventually. Nayam lokosti ayajñasya kutonyah kuru sattama. Those who do not participate in sacrifice, they don't even get any peace of mind here. Why talk about another world and another spiritual enhancement for them? Nothing. They don't get anything. They will destroy themselves. Niyataharatvenaiva pranasheshat pranashoshat pranan praneshu juhvate. This is Madhva. So because of control and regulated food, so thing is, the pranas or the energies are constrained. So their indriyas also are constrained. Or you can say a meditation of the form of walk and other things are offered to manas. So manas is a higher level, vang manasi. So thing is, there are devatas of different categories, and they understand the hierarchy of the devatas. and then they understand. Because of that, they will get knowledge of Hari, who is beyond everything. Anyadapi grantantare siddham yadasya alpashanam tena prāṇaha prāṇeshu vaibhutaha. Even in some other work in a scripture, it is said that who eats very less, alpashanam, their indriyas or their senses are controlled. 432, Krishna continues, evam bahuvida yajñāha vitata brahmano mukhe karmajan vidhitan sarvan evam jnatva vimokshase. There are different yajñas offered to Viṣṇu. Brahmano mukhe here is Viṣṇu. Karmajan vidhitan sarvan, everything is of the form of activity. Evam jnatva vimokshase. The thing is, knowing that everything is an offering to Viṣṇu, you will not have any bondage. You will not have any selfishness in all these actions. Brahmanaha paramatmana mukhe aham hi sarva yajñānam bhokta ja prabhurevacha. Krishna himself says that I am the enjoyer of all the offerings in all the yajñas. Right? Manasika vachika kayika karmaja eva hi te sarve. All these are of the form of mental or speech oriented or bodily oriented actions. Evam jnatva tani karmani kritva vimokshase. Knowing this and doing all this worship and activity, you will be released. Just by knowing it is not released, you have to do all the actions, all the yajñas and sacrifices. Yuddham parityajya mokshartam karishyasi tadapi karma. Even if you give up the battle, O Arjuna, and stop fighting and start meditating or something, whatever you meditate, even for moksha, that also becomes some kind of action. Meditation is also an action. So instead of going to meditation, which is not prescribed for you, you being a military person, Kshatriya, you should definitely fight. That too, when to uproot adharma, uproot the unrighteous, and establish dharma or righteousness. So you have to fight. So why would you go do some other type of work like upasana or meditation? You don't need to. You should definitely fight. That is a vihita karma, prescribed action for him. Shrotriyadi Shotradini ityadishvu ijya anukte tehe ijyo anya iti shankam nivarayati. So in the verses like Shotradini indriyanyanye, that means they will offer his senses into mind or something like that, right? That is Samyama is mind sense control. So their actual fire sacrifice kind of analogy is not there. It doesn't matter. Because everything, all kinds of activities, mental, physical, thoughts and everything is some kind of yajna only. And sarva yajnehi param brahma yajyam Viṣṇu akhyam avyayam. Through all kinds of sacrifices, worship of Viṣṇu should be done. When no purpose is mentioned like yajna, purpose here is yajna kind of purpose. It has to be understood that that is also a worship of Hari only. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Shreyan Dravyamayad Yajñāt Jñāna-yajña parantapa sarvam karmakhilam partha jñāne parisamapyate. So those actions which involve physical objects, dravya is any kind of objects, materials. So those kind of sacrifices are inferior to Jñāna-yajña. Those which involve mind and knowledge and intelligence and focus and upasana, right? They are superior to those sacrifices done through only materials. Sarvam karma akhilam partha jñāne parisamapyate. All actions will be fulfilled. All activities will be fulfilled only when jnana is attained. See how he changes the words here. Sarvam karmakhilam partha jñāne parisamapyate. If you take the words directly, all actions end up into being knowledge only. All actions will end up being knowledge only. That means actions will go away and only knowledge remains. That may be the direct meaning of the verses here. Madhvācārya says that is not the meaning here. The meaning is the karmas of different, even including meditation, all karmas, only when they get the fruit of knowledge, they will become complete. The actions are incomplete if the knowledge is not attained. So knowledge is the fruit. So they become complete when they yield the jnana as fruit. It does not mean the karmas have to be given up when one gets jnana. So karma should never be given up. That Madhvācārya always emphasizes. Sarvam karmakhilam asamantad alpam jnane parisamapyate. Even a small activity, alpa means small activity, that will end up in knowledge only when it gives you knowledge that has value. That gives the completion. Samapti samatta vidyan dhanushishtheshtānyān saptamanyase iti what samapti shabdena purtivati. Samapta means ending. Ending is not just ending or completion, but it is completion. Complete is purti is now full. See, here in the Mahabharata, they said Sri Krishna, Satyaki, and the 5 Pandavas, totally 7 of them, have gotten the fruits of Dhanurvidya. They say, Dhanushishtheshtānyān saptamanyase. That means Dhanurvidya means the art of archery, using bow and arrow and striking the targets, right? So the thing is, samapti means purti. Purti is fulfillment, getting the fruits, attaining fruits, not giving up or ending up or stopping the karmas. Jnana asinatmanaha. Jnana asinatmanaha means the chitveinam samshayam yogam atishtoστishta bharata ityadi punar yoga kathanat. See, later on in the 33rd verse, Krishna himself says, after unlocking the doubts, after winning over the doubts, after cutting the doubts means clearing the doubts. Yoga matishtotishtha bharata. You do yoga. That's what Krishna says. That means action is continued even after all doubts are gone and you get jnana. Punar yoga kathanat. Again, Krishna is reminding Arjuna to go do actions. Even after attaining jnana, yoga should be continued, not given up. Clear from Krishna's own words. 434, Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Tadvidhi pradipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshyanti te jnanam jnāninas-tattva-darshinaha. The words here says, go fall at the feet of a jnani and ask more questions, pariprashnena, and serve that jnani, and those jnanis will give you knowledge. Jnāninaha tattva-darshinaha. Those jnanis have realized truth. This is the word meaning of this shloka, but Madhvācārya says the main purpose is, look, I am the Ishvara talking to you. Learn from me, not really from other jnanis. I am the jnani. I am the knower of everything, sarvajña, beyond everything. Nobody else knows as much as me. They are limited and they are dependent on me. So learn from me directly. That is the indication of Krishna, because he himself says, Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshamya sheshataha. I will tell you jnana and vijnana without any reminder. Completely I'm going to let you know. He himself says in Bhagavad Gītā. So what he means is learn from me. The same thing, jnanam teham savijnanam. This is what is said here. I already told this. 435, Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Yajñātvāna punarmoham evam yasyati pandava yena bhutani asheshena drakshasi Ātman yathomayi. By the way, note down any questions if you have. I am not rushing. I just want to finish the 4th chapter today. I hope I am not going very fast. And because the information contained here is not very difficult. Is it difficult to understand? Am I going too fast? You got to let me know.
No, this is fine.
Fine. Okay. So, yajñātva na punarmoham evam yasyati Pandava. That means, oh Arjuna, that is Pandava, knowing what? Again, you will not be deluded. Ye na punarmoham evam yasyasi. That means you will not be deluded. Yena bhutani asheshena drakshasi Ātmani atho mayi. This jnana will give you the knowledge wherein you will find all entities, every being. Drakshasi Ātmani. You will see all beings in you. The Ātmani here means in self. That means in you. Atho mayi. Afterwards, you will see that in me. This particular verse, Madhvācārya does not understand it in this way. He takes the meaning differently. The Ātmani is and Mayi are same for what do you call Madhvācārya. Yena bhutani asheshena drakshasi Ātmani Mayi. Ātmani Mayi means in Paramatma, in Krishna only. You will see Atha is taken in a different way. Atha is later. The later is somehow pushed somewhere else here. So, yajñātva athaha, something like that, after knowing later on, or something like that. The atha is taken in a different position here. So he takes it this meaning to mean, by knowing this knowledge, you will know everything is dependent and are contained in me. And I am the ruler and I make everything happen. That's the main meaning for Madhvācārya. See, then another question comes. See, Arjuna is a Jñāni according to Madhvācārya. Why should he go and learn anything from anybody else? Because even a Jñāni, even though he is a Jñāni, so Arjuna is a Jñāni, but he is overpowered by delusion because in the battlefield he fell down and requested Krishna. Even though he is a Jñāni, here and there his knowledge can be overpowered by delusion. Tatapte abhibhavan moha. So the thing is, it is clouded. His judgment is clouded. His knowledge is clouded. Yena matukta yena jnanena mayi atmamute sarvabhutani atho tasmadeva mohanashat pashyati. By getting the knowledge, you will know everything is contained within Krishna, who is the Ātma, the controller of everybody, Antaryami, in the inner controller of everybody. Ātmani. So he used the word Ātmani in a different way, as an adjective. Ātmani means Ata Satatya Gamani Apalri Vyaptau is the Sanskrit. In the Sanskrit, the Atma word is derived by Ata Satatya Gamane. It is always with me. Apalri Vyaptau. Apalri means it is all-pervading. So Atma also directly means all-pervading. So Atmani here is all-pervading. Vyapte, I am all-pervading. Such an all-pervading Krishna that is where you see everything hiding inside. So Atmani is not me here. See how Madhvācārya brilliantly uses the word Atmani, which is usually used for me, into all-pervading. Atho tasmad vyapyatvadeva karanabhuta jnanam stauti punaha shlokatrayena. So this knowledge is very important, knowledge of Brahman here. And he again, Krishna, praises the knowledge of Brahman. How? Next 3 shlokas. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Api chedasi papebhyah sarvebhyah papakrittamah sarvam jnana pravenaiva vrijinam santarishyasi. Api chedasi papebhyah sarvebhyah papakrittamah. Even if you are of the worst among all the sinners, sarvam jnana pravenaiva vrijinam santarishyasi. Just using the boat of knowledge, you can cross over all these papa, or vrijina is same as papa or sin. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Yatheidam se samiddhognihi basmasat kuruterjuna Jnana-agni sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute tatha. Like how the fire burns the twigs. You can put more twigs, but still fire burns. Like that, the fire of knowledge will burn all impurities and past karmas. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Again, the third verse here is Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram yavidyate. There is nothing more purer and auspicious than jnana or here in this world. Tat swayam yoga samsiddha kalena atmani vindati. Through yoga, through karma yoga, you can get that jnana, and eventually that jnana becomes powerful in you, and you will get the real jnana, complete jnana. Iti Srimad Anandatirtha Bhagavad-Pada-Acārya Virachite Srimad Bhagavad Gītā Vashe Chaturtodhyaha. This is the fourth chapter by Sri Anandatirtha, who is Madhvācārya. Tat sadhanam virodhi palam cha tad uttaraihi uktva upasamharati. So thing is the method of yoga as the method to attain jnana, and tat sadhanam virodhi palam. Tat sadhanam virodhi palam cha tad uttaraihi. This virodhi palam is a little confusing to me. Why would you say virodhi palam? I will check and let you know. This is a small mistake. It's a little bit confusing for me. Cha tad uttaraihi uktva upasamharati. Now he is summarizing. Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Śraddhāvān labate jnanam matparaha samyatendriyaha jnanam labdva param shantim achire nadhigachyati. Śraddhāvān labate jnanam. If you have the real faith, Śraddhā means interest. Interest means not giving it up easily. Without giving it up, whatever comes, the person focuses. And Śraddhāvān labate jnanam. That is the person who gets knowledge. Matparaha samyatendriya. He offers everything to Lord Kṛṣṇa. Matparaha is towards Kṛṣṇa. Jnanam labdva param shantim. After attaining knowledge, you will get ultimate peace. Param shantim achire nadhigachyati. You will get it very fast. Ajñascha ashraddhadanascha 440. Ajñascha ashraddhadanascha samshayatma vinashyati. Ignorant person and that person who does not have any faith or interest, and the person who has doubts will destroy himself or herself. So doubting is wrong. You have to somehow get rid of your doubts. Anybody who doubts anything will not get anything, will not be happy here, will not be happy in the other worlds. Nayam lokosti na paraha na sukham samshayatmanaha. A person who has doubts will not be happy here nor in the other worlds. So you have to get rid of your doubts. Work on it. Do yoga. And your doubts will also be clear. Ask the Jñānis. They will clear your doubts. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Yoga sanyasta karmanam jnana sanchinna samshayam atmavantam nakarmani nibadhanti dhananjaya. So the thing is, the person who does yoga and then sanyasta karmanam means who has offered karmas to Hari, who has offered all the karmas to worship, as a worship of Hari. Jnana sanchinna samshayam, whose doubts are all cut asunder using jnana or by getting the fruit of jnana. Atmavantam nakarmani nibadhanti. Atmavantam here probably means because he knows Hari is the Lord. Nakarmani nibadhanti dhananjaya. No amount of karmas, any actions, whatever will not bind such a person, O Arjuna. That's what he said. This is Om Tat Saditi, Srimad Bhagavad Gītā Upanishatsu, Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre, Shri Krishna Samvade, Jñāni-yoga-nama Chaturtodhyayaha. This is the fourth chapter. See here, Gita Tatparya Nirnaya, also he summarizes twice, because one is Gita Tatparya Nirnaya, the other is Gita Bhashya. Atmavantam Paramatma Bhaktam. See, I told you, Atmavantam is Krishna is my Lord. Paramatma Bhaktam, he is the devotee of the Lord. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Tasmad ajnana sambhutam hridstam jnanasinatmanaha chitvainam samshayam yogam atishtotishtha bharata. Hence, Ajnana sambhutam, whatever the ignorance you have, which is in your heart. Cut the ignorance using the sword of jnana. Chitvainam samshayam yogamatishto bharata. Continue your yoga by attaining knowledge. Cut all the ignorance you have in your mind or heart or both. This is what Krishna's last verse in 4.42, I think, is the last verse of the 4th chapter. So here ends the 4th chapter of Madhvācārya. This is the end. I stop here. Stop sharing. Now. Okay. I hope you got something out of this class. We have finished the 4th chapter of Madhvācārya. We have only 5th and 6th chapter to go to equal the progress we have done on the Shankara Bhashya and Ramanuja Bhashya. Any doubts? Are you confused because we are doing so many Bhashyas? Are you okay? If you get confusion, you have to go back and start thinking. Eventually, all these things will come together and their differences will be set aside as package. So you know that there is a 80 to 90% commonality between all these acharyas. Probably Shankaracharya, there is a little bit of commonality differences. Even there, if you understand properly, we will go through reconciliation at the end of Gita. We will prove that Shankaracharya is not too far away from the other acharyas. So hope this is okay. And if you have any doubts, let me know.
This was again insightful.
Good. Everybody okay with this? Okay then. Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Hayavadana Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
Namaskar.
Namaste.
Again, I just joined to listen. I think I was a little